शाम वालों को मेरी दादी नहीं सिखाया है। उन्हीं लोगों ने मेरी फुप्पियों को बेरिदा शाम में फिराया है। क्या गजब है कि हाथ पहला कर मांगता है बस एक रिदा सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजाद। सर पे जब तक था आपका साया माँ बहनों के सर पे थी चादर। वरना मैं भी अली का बेटा हूँ, जानता हूँ मैं जंग के जौहर। देख कर बेरिदा फूफी का सर शर्म के मारे झुक गया सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजाद। नन्हे बच्चों के हाथ में पत्थर देके मारा गया सकीना को। पुश्ते नाका से भी गिराया और ताजियाने लगे यतीमा को। मैं बंधे हाथ देख कर रोया, उसने हर दर्द पर कहा सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजानों के नेज़ा से देख लो बाबा। अब वो सजाद ना रहा सजाद। सलवात।
बारे दीगर सलवात। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। तेरा चेहरा तेरी आँखें भूल कब पाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। चलते नाक़े से गिराया खुद को जलती रेत पर। चलते नाक़े से गिराया खुद को जलती रेत पर। घुटनियों के बल में तेरी लाश तक आई हुसैन, घुटनियों के बल में तेरी लाश तक आई हुसैन। बस मैं घबराई थी खंजर तुझ पे चलता देख कर, बस मैं घबराई थी खंजर तुझ पे चलता देख कर, फिर कभी मुश्किल में गिर कर मैं ना घबराई हुसैन। कौन था जो मरने वालों में नहीं था खूबरू, कौन था जो मरने वालों में नहीं था खूबरू, भूलने बैठी तो किस किस की ना याद आई हुसैन। बह रहे थे आँख से आंसू तेरी रुखसत के वक्त, बह रहे थे आँख से आंसू तेरी रुखसत के वक्त, फिर कोई आंसू न टपका आँख पथराई हुसैन। हाथ में कूजे लिए सब आसमां तकते रहे, हाथ में कूजे लिए सब आसमां तकते रहे, अब्र ने एक बूंद पानी की ना बरसाई हुसैन, अब्र ने एक बूंद पानी की ना बरसाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। एक एक हुजरे में रुक कर ठहर कर हर दर के पास, एक एक हुजरे में रुक कर ठहर कर हर दर के पास, खाली घर में ढूंढती है तुझको तन्हाई हुसैन। देखती हूँ खाक दामन में तो भर आता है दिल, देखती हूँ खाक दामन में तो भर आता है दिल, खाक पर मैं कैसे कैसे फूल छोड़ाई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। दूर उफ़तादा सफ़र से लौट कर मैंने नवीद, दूर उफ़तादा सफ़र से लौट कर मैंने नवीद, ठंडा पानी जब पिया बस तेरी याद आई हुसैन। आज भी ज़ैनब की आती है सदा भाई हुसैन। सलवात बर मोहम्मद आले।
All brothers and sisters in faith, Assalamu alaikum. Let's begin tonight by reciting 5 times Dua Shifai Maris for those who are in need of our du'as. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amma yujibu al-mustara iza da'ahu yakshifu su. Amma yujibu al-mustara iza da'ahu yakshifu su. أما يجيب المصر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. Now a few updates. As we are aware, tomorrow, Saturday, August 24th, the Arba'in walk will take place at JCC. The mawqibs will be open from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and then the walk will commence at 5:15 p.m. We are also pleased to announce that ZCC will have their own mawqib where our dedicated volunteers will present and serve to the Azadar of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Then our program the same day is tomorrow will begin with Jamaat Maghrib and Salat, followed by 9 p.m. by Majalis, 9:45 by Matam, 10:15 by Ziyarat, and then Tabarruk will be served. We will also have a youth and family question answer session with the Maulana at 10:30 p.m. Then on Sunday, August 25th, 2024, program will begin with Namaz al-Zohrain at 1:20. 1:45 will be the recitation of Quran, followed by Marsiya and then Majlis at 2 p.m. 2:45 will be the Matam, and then 3 p.m. will be the Ziyarat Arba'in. Now, on Niyaz donations, please know that we are still seeking generous donations and contributions from individuals and families for Niyaz. You can donate fully or partially or contribute any amount you can. There are two ways to donate. You can either see one of our management members and make a generous donation, or you can visit online jafri.org/donate. Please be sure to select Muharram funds for ZCC. Now, Thursday night programs will be on hold and will resume shortly in the early September 2024. Please stay tuned to our WhatsApp chats for more updates. Lastly, kindly requesting you all to recite Surah Fatiha for the Kul Arwa al-Mu'mineen wal-Mu'minat. Al-Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Sirata allazina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim wa lad-dallin. Now, in the Hussaini spirit, let's welcome our respected scholar to the minbar with 3 loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وهو خير الناصرين ومعين ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على سيد الأنام محمد وعترته الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من أول يوم ظلمهم إلى لقاء يوم الدين أما بعد اللهم اجعلني عندك وجيها بالحسين عليه السلام في الدنيا والآخرة مع ذكر صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم تقبل الله أعمالكم. May Allah accept all of your azadari throughout these 40 nights. And may Allah grant all of your wishes to you. May Allah protect you. May Allah protect your kids, especially from this fasad akhlaqi we have outside. And may Allah keep us all on the sirat mustaqim ma dhikri salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The line I have recited, I will be inshallah finishing around 8 so we can reconcile with Salat Maghrib time. This is from Ziyarat Ashura. I want to share some thoughts from Ziyarat Ashura, especially I was told by Brother Zain that we have, mashallah, a great presentation of youth in our Jamaat. And I am really impressed that with due respect, before more elders, I had more youth. I guess I have never seen such a thing. except some of my classes when they are with youth, and then adults, they join us a bit later. So that is a very good sign. And that gave me a lots of motivation and connection with my topic. So, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So I will be speaking about how to connect with Imam Hussain alayhi salam through Ziyarat-e Ashura. And I will be sharing some of the ideas, some I'm saying, not all of them, because there are many. We need much more time to delve down into those beautiful reams and those beautiful phrases, lines, and meanings, which have so much to be learned and to be applied in our daily life. So to start with, where did this ziyarat come from? Ziyarat-e Ashura, especially, please bear with me if I'm using more terms for youth, keeping in mind that they are our future. Ashur is, as we know, the 10th of Muharram, the holy month of Muharram, which is the first month in Islamic calendar. So on the 10th, we all know that our holy Imam was martyred by the tyrant Yazid and his associates, naming Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad and his commander, Umar ibn Sa'd. So this ziyarah is taught to us by 5th holy Imam, a companion named Alqama Hadrami. He asked Imam. There's many details there, but I will just cut them out and come to my point as they relate for more research purpose, though they have lots of benefits in them. But being on this beautiful ziyarah, the chain of narrators goes to who? Imam reports, and by the way, Sheikh Abbas Qumi, the compiler of Mafatihul Janan, wherever we go, followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, we find this great book. It's a book of du'as, book of ziyarat, other a'mal throughout the year. Let's say during Ramadanul Kareem on, let's say, 21st night, which a'mal are prescribed by Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, and how are they supposed to be done. So this great scholar has done unparalleled service to Shiaism and Shias, and alhamdulillah, in that book, he mentions lots of details. May I have a salawat, please? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. The reason I chose this beautiful line is I sometimes combine the materialism with the spiritualism, because we have a great deal to deal with materialism. In the country, the society we live in, many people, they have their own views, they have their own beliefs. And we respect that, and so do we. We also have our set of beliefs. Now, question is, if you Google anything that what are the biggest distractors nowadays, or what are the, let's say, biggest things which make you lose concentration? If you come up with these type of phrases, you will have millions of articles, millions of, research articles there. And they will come back to many things, but in top, I will just come back to 3. At topmost, regardless of age, regardless of where you are, if you are a student, if you are a youth in your classroom, you are a university student in your classroom, the laptops and phones. And it is amazing, NIH, National Institute of Health, by the government of USA, they have amazing statistics. 72% students in a survey, they agreed that the worst distraction in their classroom is what? Their personal conversations, and then attending their phones, and then texting. People were never distracted, and if you come out of the classroom, these devices regardless of age, again, I'm going really generic. Let me just be specific. For youth, let's say. Nowadays, youth, most of them, they have a cell phone and a smartphone with high-speed internet without any filters on them. They can access any information they like, which is very dangerous. And we know why. Because when we were kids in 80s, I'm an 80s boy, honestly, what was my source of my information? My parents, my school teachers, my community, mera mahalla, right? Who were there? Like uncles, mamus, chachas, they were always filtering information. They knew how old am I. They knew who are they speaking with, how much information I can digest, what is more appropriate for me to know and what is to be filtered out. They will not share information which does not match my age, right? But today, this internet, this device, does that device think this way? My humble apology, plus, I have to say it, mostly the parents are to be blamed. I don't think a 10 years old should have a device at home. 12 years old even. And I always speak. My thesis in my master's was Rawashai Tarbiyat Akhlaqi in Quran Kareem. The methods of ethical education in Quran. And I dragged out 43 of them. And one of the most disturbing is what? Parents allowing their kids to do whatever they want. And worse than that is they think they're helping their kid, they're helping their child. Well, excuse me, you are not. It's exactly as we say in this place. If in some US states, will you give your loaded gun where they're allowed to a 5-year-old? Never. And we know why. Because that 5-year-old does not understand the consequences of pulling that trigger. They don't know. And you don't want to make them learn or realize it hard way. My point, this device, externally and internally, they have devastating impact on our youth. And so it is on the elders even. Because they are the biggest time waster nowadays. About 2 hours and 51 minutes is agreed upon. You Google how much average time people spend on the internet. 2 hours and 51 minutes is the least. Endless YouTube shorts, endless Instagram reels, Facebook. They never end. Our life ends much faster than these reels. They will keep on coming and coming. What is my point? How much time is being wasted? How much potential is going in waste? Do we measure? Do we sit and act upon the teachings of Ahl Bayt who have always said, "Man lam yuhasib nafsahu falaysa minna," who does not sit at the end of the day and does his own self-reckoning that what did I do today, how many good deeds did I do, how many evil deeds did I do, and even wasting time, yes, it's wronging yourself, it's dhulm be nafs. How much dhulm did I do? And it is the worst when we do dhulm to others. Ma'asumeen, they said, this is from 5th Imam, and I think it starts from Rasulullah till the last Imam. They all have spoken this beautiful hadith. Man lam yuhasib nafsahu, जिसने अपनी जान का, अपने नफ्स का हिसाब ना किया, यानी मुहासबा ना किया, who did not do self-reckoning, did not do self-assessment at end of the day, that how did I do today? How did I, pass my day? How did I spend my time? What was productive? What was destructive? What was distracting? What was negative, positive? Whatever you want to name it. If he does not care at the end of the day, how did I do during my day? laysa minna. That person does not belong to us. We will not support him on the day of resurrection when he will need our shafa, intercession, the most desperately. This is what it simply means. And as we want to connect with Imam Hussain, alayhi alafu tahiyyat wa thana, let's have our salawat be a gift to him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Yeah, my dear youth, in our Shia culture, even Muslim culture, whenever the name of our holy prophet is taken, or one of the names of infallibles, 14 infallibles is taken, we recite a salawat to them, because that salawat comes back with multiple times thawab, and it benefits us the most. Allahumma salli ala وعجل فرجهم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. The line I recited, I will cut down to my point. So this distracting world, let me just explain one more thing. I said internally. What do I mean by that? Sometimes external distractions out there, social media, platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, movies, funny shows, talk shows. They are the real wasters of time. Because not only they waste time, they also sometimes corrupt our ethical values, our ethical behavior. We unknowingly start adapting the way they speak, the way they react, the way they present their thoughts, the way they open. Well, they're non-believers. We respect their belief. They can have whatever they want, but we do not emulate them. And it's a human nature. If we keep on watching the same group, same style, same material, slowly that starts entering our habits, entering our nervous system. We start adapting some of it or maybe most of it. Depends on the age, depends on the culture, the local home culture. How is our home? How is our surroundings? If 5 times namaz is offered, Quran is recited, Allah is mentioned, Imams are mentioned, then it's deleted. The impact is minimized. But God forbid if sometimes both parents, which is okay, sometimes it's challenging to live in this world. Both are working. Kids are left unattended. What will happen? The kid lives with you, but it's not your kid. I mean, they are not on your religion. They're not on your way of life. They will not have your akhlaq, to be brief. Why did Imam Hussain alayhi salam come in Karbala? He knew I'm going to be martyred. But still, why did he continue the journey? He himself puts in writing, in many lines we know, أَلَا تَرَوْنَ أَنَّ الْحَقَّ لَا يُعْمَلُ بِهِ وَأَنَّ الْبَاطِلَ لَا يُتَنَاهَى عَنْهُ. Don't you see? Truth is not being followed. And falsehood is not being denied and refuted. Nobody says, no, this is wrong. That's why he said, أُرِيدُ أَنْ آمُرَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَأَنْهَى عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. I want to do amr bil ma'ruf and nahi anil munkar. And just these 2 furuat deen, like our salah, these are 2 out of our 10 furuat deen after usul deen, right? These 2 are the major reason every infallible prophet or imam, they were martyred by people. Because the day I'm giving you go ahead, a green light for whatever you do in my company, you are my friend. Not you and I, in general. But the days, brother, please don't do this. This is not right. This doesn't, why are you telling me first, like slowly, and then, who are you to tell me? Just be with yourself. Who are you? And if you say, brother, this doesn't, you do amr bil ma'ruf very gently, very kindly, very politely, they will turn against you most of the time. And jo hi aap achhi baat shuru kar dein, that companionship ends right there. Most of the imams are martyred by the tyrants of the time. Why? Because the Masoom will speak the truth They will tell them what has been revealed by Allah, what is supposed to be done, and people, their wishes, their desires, their sentiments, they're different normally. Not always, but about 98%. We have the testimony of the martyrdom of our 11 infallible Imams. Did they die happily, natural death? No. Even Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Let's have a salawat on him. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He was martyred, and before that, I'm going to mention a few lines about the Masayib of Shahzadi Sakina Salamullahi alayha. What did he say? When she says, Ya Abba, ruddana ila haram jaddina. Baba, please take us back to the haram of Nana Rasulullah. Imam says, Hayhat, law turik al-qata lanama. Had they left me alone, I would have a choice what to do, where to go, what to do. But they have not left me with any other choice than just to be martyred here. What they want from me is allegiance. Now to the line I came with this introduction, which I think is a bit too long, but it has to be done so we can understand our topic. In this distraction, what is the way to be connected with Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam? Ziyarat-e-Ashura is one of the most effective. And the promises it has. About 4 weeks ago, I had a Majalis on the thawab of Ziyarat-e-Ashura. It's on our website on Radhawi Community Center. If somebody wants, you may listen it online. So much thawab. We know that to go for ziyarah, it has so much reward. But Ziyarat-e-Ashura is reward 1 million accepted pilgrimages. Hajj, 1 million Hajj. This line is, Allahumma jalni indaka wajihan bil Hussain. O Allah, make me an honorable person near you through Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Wajih is somebody who's respected, well honored, has been granted a high place near Allah Jalla Shanu. But how Imam says, bil Hussain, through the channel of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Where? Fi dunya wal akhirah, in here and in the hereafter. And how is that going to work? There are some etiquettes of it. Let me give you a beautiful, heart-touching story. The reason I mentioned Sheikh Abbas Qumi, he mentions this story there. There was a blacksmith known as Ustad Ashraf. His wife passed away. And before that, there were 2 people in the same area, one righteous, one not very righteous. Which was not very righteous, he passes away. After a month, the righteous companion sees this fellow in a dream. And he finds him to be very happy, in a mood of rejoice, and very pleasant. He says, I know you, the righteous man. In the dream, he questions him. He says, I know you're in and out. You are not someone who should be enjoying this much after death. So what happened? Tell me. We know, hame pata hota hai na kaun hai, because they knew one another. This guy was in customs. And sometimes they are dragged into sometimes robbery, some other wrongs. So he says, I know you are not of those. So what happened? He says, you are right. For the first month, I was in terrible punishment. Endless torment from Allah Jalla Shanu. But there was a righteous lady buried yesterday in our Qabristan. And because of her, I was forgiven. The righteous man questions what happened. That was even more astonishing. He says that night, 3 times, Imam Hussain alayhi salam came and visited her in her grave. This man wakes up, the righteous man. Starts looking for Ustad Ashraf because the person in the dream, he says that this is because of the wife of Ustad Ashraf who works in a smithy and he's a blacksmith. This man comes, finds him. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. He says, how's your wife? He said, well, she passed away yesterday. We buried her in that exact qabristan his fellow tells him. He says, what was the khas amal of your wife? Did she used to hold majalis of Imam Hussain alayhi salam? He said, no. He said, did she go for the ziyarat of Imam? He said, no. He said, why are you asking these questions regarding Imam Hussain? Then he relates the dream to him, that I have seen this. I just want to know that what was your wife doing that Imam Hussain himself came thrice in her grave in one night? He right away said, well, she always used to recite Ziyarat Ashura at night time. Please have a salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So this is sufficient in this distracting world and the lifestyle we live in. And sometimes we are compelled to have many of these distractions because they're need of life. They're part of the way of life we live in. But we can balance with these distractions with the help of Ziyarat Ashura. Because Ziyarat Ashura is a kind of encyclopedia of all of our aqaid. The main pivotal theme is Tawalla and Tabarra. And as fifth Imam again says, Laisa dinu illa al-hubbu wal-bughd. Religion is nothing but love and hatred. Va anta ma tuhibbu. Imam says on the day of resurrection, you will be raised with whatever or whoever you used to love in this world. Even if you used to love a stone, Allah will raise you with a stone. This is how much there's emphasis. And I don't know how much I can put more emphasis than this beautiful hadith. Inna likulli shay'in asasun. This hadith is from Holy Prophet, from Imams, especially 6th Imam, 5th Imam. They always used to utter this beautiful hadith. Likulli shay'in asasun. Everything has its foundation. Wa asasul islami hubbuna ahlal bayt. And the foundation of the religion of Islam is love of ours, Ahl Bayt alayhim as-salam. Ya Ali, Ya Ali. So my dear brothers and sisters, let me just wind up. Doesn't matter how many distractions are out there, compulsory or unrequired, wajib or unwajib. If we stick together to the Ziyarat Ashura, Ziyarat Ashura, it has reminder of our daily routines. Allahumma ja'alni indaka wajihan bil Hussain. Number one, it always reminds us of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. How can we lose track when we always have Imam Hussain in front of our eyes? And then فَأَسْأَلُ اللَّهَ الَّذِي أَكْرَمَنِي بِمَعْرِفَتِكُمْ وَمَعْرِفَةِ أَوْلِيَائِكُمْ. I question Allah through your intercession, through your vilayat, through vilayat of your awliya, your friends. أَن يَجْعَلَنِي مَعَكُمْ فِي الدُّنْيَا وَالْآخِرَةِ. I'm going but just few lines, few phrases from this beautiful ziyarah. That, oh Allah, you keep me with Ahl Bayt alayhim salam in dunya and akhirah. When you are asking Allah, that will also motivate you to do such actions which keep us with Imam Hussain alayhi salam, including coming to Majalis, coming to Salat Jummah. Inshallah, whenever you will have a resident alim, whenever you have your regular madrasa, bringing your kids always to madrasa because you want to be connected with your center. If my device cannot be connected without a router, how can I be connected with Allah without some means, some station? This is your main hub. Your Salat Jummah, your Quran recitation, your Ziyarat recitation, your Hadith Qissa recitation, your Noha Marsiya recitations, they are your best bets. They are your best devices to connect with Imam Hussain. And Imam Hussain is the general rule to connect with Ahl Bayt alayhim salam. Because this is the Imam. We commemorate his gham for 2 consecutive months. For Imam Ali alayhi salam, maximum 3 days, maybe some places max 10 days in Ramadanul Kareem. But for Imam Hussain, 2 months. So that's why there's huge emphasis of reciting this beautiful ziyarah during these 2 months. Now, Azizan, because I want to wrap up a bit early today so we make up on Salah time. These are the ayam of Ayam Sakina and Imam Sajjad and Bibi Zainab. Is there a single person who does not understand Urdu here? So I go with the Masaib in Urdu. You don't understand Urdu, no problem. So I will inshallah continue with English, so everybody understands. Bibi Sakina, her true name, as per some rawayat, was Ruqayya, salamullahi alayha. And because Imam Hussain loved this kid so much, Imam used to make her sleep on his chest. And Imam will get so much sukoon, meaning comfort, solace, peace, that Imam gave her the title of Sakina. Sometimes some ulama they have wrote it Sukaina, which is same person. Why I say this, sometimes youth, they read these names, mashallah, it's a great idea. And they have question, is it Sukaina and Sakina two people? Now, my dear brothers and sisters, this Bibi Sakina, whose laqab came from Imam Hussain for sukoon, after the shahadat of her father Imam Hussain, till her own shahadat, never saw sukoon again in her life. Bibi Sakina at a point, as per the Maqatil, the books of Maqtal, the caravan of Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam arrived in Syria, in Sham, on 2nd of Safar. Some rawayat they say on 1st of Safar. They were brought in the court of Yazid, if came on 1st, on 3rd of Safar. You know why? Because Yazid commanded to decorate the city so he can celebrate his victory over Ahl Bayt alayhimus salam. And what happens then? Ahl Bayt with 3 days, for 3 days, they were held outside of the city, waiting there. And thousands of people just watching and laughing at them. And this place, this is where it comes from Imam Sajjad alayhi salam when he was questioned, Ya Ibna Rasulallah, what was the hardest musibah on you during this journey? After his arrival into Medina, he says, Asham, Asham, Asham. In Syria was the hardest. And Imam relates few masaib, but I want to complete the hadith of Bibi Sakina. While there, the caravan of remaining Ahl Bayt members were being, held one night. The first one, there was a guard named Harith. He said, I was given the duty to watch for the holy head of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, which was put on a spear, and not to leave it alone for a millisecond. He said, about midnight, I saw a very small kid. Then I realized it's a girl, Bibi Sakina it was. She came out of her caravan and started approaching slowly towards the holy head of Imam Hussain. He said, then she got scared of something and she returned. She went back. After a while, she came back again slowly, staring at the holy head of her Baba Imam Hussain. Harith says, I myself, I wanted to cry, and I knew that this girl belongs to the caravan of Imam Hussain, and she wants to come and maybe touch and speak with the holy head of Imam Hussain. And he had noticed Imam Hussein's holy head was continuously speaking with people and passerbys. So he was not amazed, no wonder for him. He said after third try, this baby girl came and stand close by to the holy head of Imam Hussain. And you know what was the first word she uttered? She said, Assalamu alayka ya abata. Baba, my salam be upon you. Then he says, Baba wa ghurbata min ba'dik. Baba, don't you know how much gharib did Sakina turn after you departed? You know what does this mean, Baba? आपके जाने के बाद Sakina बहुत गरीब हो गई. Baba, whenever I questioned for a sip of water, Shimmer will slap me, Baba. You used to make me sleep on your chest, but Shimmer made me walk barefooted on the thorns. As Rawayat, they say, tree of Ghailan. हम उर्दू में जो कीकर होता है ना, तकरीबन ये उससे मिलता जुलता अरब का दरख्त है. अगर जो लोग जाते हैं ज़ियारतों पे, मालिक आपको ले जाए हमेशा, वो जानते हैं वो कितने चुभने वाले कांटे होते हैं. They are really thorny walkways there. Bibi Sakina says, Baba, after you, no one ever offered me their chest to sleep on. Even mother. And you know what was the reason? Bibi mentions, the hands of my mother were tied behind her neck, Baba. How could she do that? Harith says that I myself, I was like crying automatically with this painful dialogue. And then he says, Imam Hussain had replied, oh my dear Sakina, very soon you're going to come to me. I will come get you, Sakina. Don't be worried. Harith says, I was waiting. Let's see what happens. He said, after the presentation of Caravan to Yazid, the second night when it arrived, at about midnight, I heard a noise when the haram were crying. You know what had happened. Bibi Sakina, who was crying badly that I want my Baba now. I want to go to my Baba. I must see my Baba. These are my last words. It's a long maqtal, but I just want to give you one line there. Yazid heard the noise. He woke up. He asked his guard, what's happening? What is this noise? He said that Ahle Bayt are crying and there's a small baby girl. She wants the head of her Baba. He says, okay, take the head of Imam Hussain and give it to her. Maqtal says that the guard put a handkerchief, rumal rakh ke leke aaya wo, in a tray. Imam Sajjad took the holy head, and when Bibi Sakina saw the holy head, you know what did she say? She had seen Imam Hussain in her dream moments before this. She says, Baba, who cut your head off? You were bilkul sahih and salam few moments ago. You were intact and okay. Who killed you? And she also, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ala la'natullahi ala al-qawmi al-zalimin. Wa sayalamu alladhina dhalamu ayya munqalabin yanqalibun. O Allah, ajjil li waliyaka al-faraj. وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وأصحابه ما ذكر صلوات على محمد آل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين يا حسين Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain. Ya Hussain.
Hussain, Ya Hussain. आज है चहलम प्यासों का, 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 आज है चहलम। कल था बरागर और खैमे, आज वहाँ है सन्नाटे, आज वहाँ है सन्नाटे। कल था बरागर और खैमे, आज वहाँ है सन्नाटे, आज वहाँ है सन्नाटे। आए ज़ैनब करबो बला, करबो बला, आए ज़ैनब करबो बला। आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज तुम प्यासों का, आज है चहलम प्यासों। याद आए अब्बास जड़ी, तड़पी रोई बिन्ते अली, तड़पी रोई बिन्ते अली। याद आए अब्बास जड़ी, तड़पी रोई बिन्ते अली, तड़पी रोई बिन्ते अली। कैसी हिफाजत क्या पहरा, कैसी हिफाजत क्या पहरा, कैसी हिफाजत क्या पहरा। आज है चहल प्यासों का, प्यासों, आज है चहलम प्यासों का। धूप में लाशा अकबर का, पीट रही थी सर लैला, पीट रही। धूप में लाशा अकबर का, पीट रही थी सर लैला, पीट थी सर। रह गए हाय मैं तन्हा, रह गई हाय मैं तन्हा, रह गई हाय मैं तन्हा। आज है चहलम, आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है चहलम प्यासों। दिल बरे फरवा इब्ने हसन, जिसका हुआ पामाल बदन, जिसका हुआ पामाल बदन। दिल बरे फरवा इब्ने हसन, जिसका हुआ पामाल बदन, जिसका हुआ बदन। गुर्बत कुबरा वावेला, गुर्बत वावेला, गुर्बत कुबरा वावेला। आज है चहलम प्यासों, आज, आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है शशमाहा प्यासा असग़र, रन्ना गला तीर और खंजर, रन्ना गला। शशमाहा प्यासा असग़र, रन्ना गला तीर और खंजर। माँ की नजर खाली झूला, की नजर खाली झूला, माँ की नजर खाली झूला। आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है, आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है चहलम प्यासों का। गम खारो मातमदारो, यूं ही मातम करते रहो, यूं ही। ओ गम खारो मातमदारो, यूं ही मातम करते रहो, यूं ही करते रहो। ज़ैनब देंगी तुमको दुआ, ज़ैनब तुमको दुआ, ज़ैनब देगी तुमको दुआ। आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है चहलम प्यासों का, आज है चहलम प्यासों का। या हुसैन, 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 या हुसैन।
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم altogether. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء. السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء. السلام عليك يا أبا الحسن علي بن موسى أيها الرضا. كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء. صلوات الله عليك وعلى آبائك السبع وأبنائك الأربع وأختك فاطمة المعصومة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان والشيطان. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك وجعلنا من أنصارك وأعوانك والمستشهدين بين يديك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
Brothers and sisters, just a reminder that there will be Jamaat Salat 8:30 with Ladies Connection, and at 9 o'clock after Jamaat Namaz, the youth program will commence. So inshallah, 9 o'clock youth program will commence. Parents, please ensure your children are participating, and you are also welcome to be present as well.